Yo, what's up guys? It's Lionel the Builder back again with another video, and I feel like today is the perfect time for me to answer a question that someone dropped on another video last week asking me what is my approach to networking. I told myself I wasn't going to be the guy in 2025 trying to help people get hired because it can be a little bit draining. Honestly, I do know that the market is crazy right now, and answering a lot of the messages of people who are, struggling to find work. And sometimes I feel like, man, am I just lucky? Is it like no matter what I say, it doesn't matter? It's not going to work for everybody. So I would like to leave a disclaimer and just say that, take it with a grain of salt. But I have heard success stories at the same time. There's people inside our Discord, linked in the description, by the way, who are getting jobs, who are thanking me for my advice and saying that it is helping them, and saying that they have found progression using my tactics. So I have no choice in that sense but to just put it out there. Disclaimer, done. What my approach to networking is exactly what happened to me today. I went to this thing called Building Bosses. Because of the work that I have done in the past, I have made a name for myself in my city as someone who can is a builder and who also likes to give back to the community. A mentor of mine told me one time when I was asking her, she runs an accelerator program, and I was asking her, do you think that I could probably get clients from being in here? And, I was imagining myself as a fisherman, I kind of did that while I was talking to her. And she said, yes, but at the same time, this is a nonprofit, and we like to approach things as if you give first before you ask of anything from our community. And I was like, oh, okay. And I think that's when it clicked that let me take on the act of service, right? And just not really make it seem so transactional, and, give to the community, and then in turn, things will happen for me. And I did that, and that literally has been working. And that is a small part of the way that I approach networking. Today being a perfect example. I participated in this thing by Vision Driven 7x57 called Building Bosses, where they had a pitch contest, they had a fashion show. It was at this beautiful place called Slover Library, literally one of the nicest libraries I've ever been in. There's 6 floors. I'll have B-roll going in this video to kind of show you guys a bit of what it looked like. And she put me inside a group chat of all of the people who are part of this thing called Changemakers 757. I'm one of them. And she said, I'm looking for someone to be a STEM facilitator at this thing that I'm doing. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. Did it for free. She did say, though, that in the future, we will get funded, and that we will. But it's not about me getting funded from her. But, that was another perk, hopefully one day, you know what I mean? But so we went in there. I just facilitated it, right? I got Ayanna Smalls, who is one of our mentors. We just did a podcast. She has worked for NASA, Microsoft, and now she's a cloud engineer for Amazon. And I had Emmanuel Perez, who had won $50K from Pharrell for a cybersecurity startup, and he just won $20K from the government. Was awarded a grant to work on some speech app thing that he's building. He's actually in the photo booth behind me. And he did this amazing presentation for the kids where he was using his voice to guide through the solar system and asking all these questions. And it was like a picture of the solar system, and then it was zooming in and it was taking us around, and everyone was laughing because the AI was responding as if it was a member of Gen Z. Take me to the planet with the most riz.
Solar system. Oh, bet. I'm absolutely stoked to help you and your squad learn about the solar system. Let's dive in.
It said Pluto has the maximum aura. It was bet, word. That's what's up, fam. And everyone was laughing. It was super interesting. And then Ayanna Smalls told her story. It was dope. And we got amazing feedback. Everybody loved it. We're definitely doing that again. But as far as networking goes, there was a lady in the crowd who I was wondering who she was. Because she came in with no kid. Most of them were kids. She came up at the end. She was like, I need to talk to you guys. I work for Old Dominion University, and there's this coding class that they do where most of the students in there were falling asleep. And WHRO, some TV network, is doing a code competition that nobody signed up for. And we really truly believe that if you guys were to come in and do something, that the kids would actually be interested and that they would actually get value out of it. So now I have a meeting with this lady to talk about what it will take for us to do that in ODU. So there will be a chance for me to work out some financials. So that's a perfect example. That's why I wanted to shoot this video. I did get a little bit of footage while I was there too. I had my camera. And so I'm going to edit that in here as well. And I just want to say to you guys that these are the type of community give back things that you can do with this current crazy job market in order to find the jobs, to find the clients, to find the positions, to make the connections, to get a cool job that you do like. Now, this comes with a whole lot of skills that have nothing to do with tech, right? You have to be friendly, humble, approachable, communicate, a good communicator in order to teach kids, right? But this is a lane. This is a very possible playbook that I do not mind sharing with the world, because I do feel like more people need to do that. Even if you're in my city, I think that if all of us, there's millions of people, right? So if all of us start to do that, it will make the scene get bigger, and then it will just feed into, everything being better for everybody. It's just a theory that I have. I'm also human, so don't write this in stone and expect me to change my mind if I come across some new information. But that's how I feel today. And basically, the guy in the comment said, do you just go in events and just talk to any and everyone? And I will definitely say no. I'm far too introverted for that. Normally, my random conversations come possibly in an elevator, or if I'm standing next to someone in a line. And you have to read the room. It depends on the event. It depends on the person. But I did notice that the more I put myself physically in these places, the more I get a chance to talk about what I do, right? And so I would recommend to anybody out here to Google and seek out and find the startup community, the accelerator programs, schools, hackathons, universities, JavaScript groups, front-end groups, back-end groups, all of these, they do tech nights sometimes where developers will meet somewhere and have coffee. All it takes is you meeting the person who can get you the job. I went to this thing in Birmingham called Techs in the City, and it was some $1 million company was talking about their favorite guy, how he's been with them for so long and he's been such a great guy at the company. And oh yeah, he also brought in Jake, and Jake has been a great guy for the company. And then Jake brought in Alex, and Alex has been a great guy for the company. And I was sitting in the crowd next to my friend, and I was like, look at this. I was like, this is how, psst. This is how companies do it, man. That's how they hire people. You have to have an in that's at the company most of the time, a lot of the time, from what I'm seeing, right? There's way too many applicants in the world for someone to just spin the wheel and pick somebody, right? Everybody can make their resume look good. You may be able to get yourself to an interview, but if a company is really going and finding people on the internet without any chance, then something is weird in the pipeline. Maybe it's just a huge company. Of course, on YouTube you gotta be careful what you say, but just from my tiny world that I live in, from my experience, what I've seen time and time again, someone recommends you, and then you get a chance, and then you seal the deal when you get in through the door alongside the recommendation, alongside somebody working there speaking for you. Now, the tricky part of networking is, how do you meet the people who can make that happen? Oftentimes, it's not where you even think it's going to happen. It's not who you think it's going to come from. And I just would say that's just about trying to be a good, nice person. You know what I mean? You don't want to be too transactional, right? The vibe check is super important there. There's a whole lot. That could be a whole series on its own. And honestly, I did kind of say that I was going to try this year to kind of dial back a little bit on my whole purpose is to help people break into tech. That's not, I don't want that to be my whole purpose in life. You know what I mean? Because it's like a little bit repetitive saying the same things over and over again. And I'm such a multifaceted person. I'm into a whole lot of different things that, I wish that my channel wasn't all only about that. So I'm definitely going to start talking about like things that will still affect you getting hired, in my opinion, right? Mental health stuff, physical, different stuff like that, because you are a whole package as a person. And if you're a fan of this channel and you're a member of the community, I hope that you are a fan of me as a person, and that then I think that I could actually help you, right? Because I really am that way, bro. For whatever reason, God made me that way, where I do like to make it easier for the next man behind me. And I could go on and on about this. I could rant on and on about this, but one of my homies one time also told me, like, bro, I like your content, but your videos are too long. So I always look at it when it's at 10 minutes, and to make it easier for everybody and myself, I like to wrap it up. But if you guys haven't noticed, I have been shooting a lot more lately. So please like, share, and subscribe. And please watch these videos whenever they pop up along your thing. I don't know how that works, honestly. But got a lot of things planned this year. As I always like to say, all of the YouTube things, please do them. Click it, share it, do the stuff. I'll holla at you guys next time. That's my quick video. I hope it helped. Peace.